Good afternoon. It's Robb Ellis from FIA. So today I'm actually at FIA. I'm down here in our boiler room, our boiler area, where we have not only the boilers that heat our building, but this is kind of our display area. And what we have here, just kind of an example of some different installation techniques. So what we've done is we have taken a Lock-and-Bar KHB boiler and we have actually connected it, wired it to a Noble combi boiler, and they cascade together. What does that mean? That means both of these boilers are available for space heating calls. This boiler here handles our domestic hot water demands. So let's just take a real quick look at the installation that's gone on here and what we've done. So over here on the KHB, we actually have Centrotherm polypropylene venting that's used on both the air intake and the exhaust. We run this vertically up through the roof. Now the boiler here, the KHB, look across here. What we have is we've got a Bell & Gossett EcoCirc XL for our boiler pump. Is what we've placed on here. We come down here. We have our boiler mag. So our flow is coming through the boiler mag, through the pump, into the boiler. Now, when I come back out through, in our manifold here, our common boiler manifold, we're then going to pick up the space heating side of our Noble. Now our Noble and our KHB both use the McDonnell-Miller Guard Dog low water cutoff is what we're using here. That's actually a code requirement here in the state of Massachusetts where we're located. We also have a boiler mag in here on our Noble combi boiler, and that keeps that clean. Pump for the Noble is inside. So I got a pump and I got a pump. So each boiler has a pump, and then we piped it primary secondary. Turn around here. As we continued our manifold across up into this primary secondary header, primary secondary header handles that hydraulic separation of the boilers before we go out into our zones. Now over here on our domestic hot water side of the piping, we've got a few things going on. We have our recirc pump right here. It's our Bell & Gossett Eco E3 pump. It's a very small pump, you know, to handle the recirc lines here. Here's our mixing valve. We use a Webstone mixing valve in there to really kind of drop down our temperature as it goes out. Now in the Noble, we require a mixing valve to be put into it, and it takes the fluctuation out of the outlet of the domestic hot water piping that's going to come out of there, because as the flow changes, the boiler ramps up and down, we could see fluctuations. So that's done there basically to protect the consumer from getting any scalding water. All right, so we continue out over there. Our recirc line comes through there. Not a whole heck of a lot. It's pretty easy. We have a Webstone service kit underneath here for servicing the brace plate heat exchanger in the bottom that handles our domestic hot water needs. So we're able to actually descale that if needed. Now real quick, and I don't have a lot here, so it'll be weird sometimes, but when we go to descale, it's really a matter of I'm going to connect a hose here. I'm going to get a transfer pump, and basically I'm going to get about 3 gallons of vinegar. Okay? I'm going to put it in a bucket, and I'm just going to cycle that through. Is all I'm going to do. And just let it run for a while. A great time to do that is when you're doing a PM. So if I were PM in the boiler here today, I would hook that up, I'd let it run. While that's running and doing everything, I would go right ahead and do my PM on the boiler. All right? And we'll talk a little later in another video about what's kind of included in a PM. All right? So thanks for joining me here today. Well, you didn't get to join me, but got to watch me. Thank you.